Hey guys, welcome to my Nautilus first impressions video. I must say that I bought Nautilus on release, and looking at the champion spotlight I did find him rather impressive and just thought I'd give him a go. I didn't find Ziggs particularly attractive to my playstyle, so I didn't bother really picking him up. But I have enjoyed giving Nautilus a go, and the playstyles I pretty much do is you can do top lane. I find it's pretty easy to do in that way. You can play him as a jungler, as you'll see in the champion spotlight. You can also play in lane as well. He goes pretty well with some different combos because of different slows and abilities and knockups. You know, he can be really handy, and also you can play as a tank just overall with the different builds no matter where you're playing. I find it, I play more of a AP with a little bit of health type of champion, more of a off tank, and that seems to work for me. But I've seen some decent tanks in matches playing as Nautilus, so feel free to use him to your own play style and what you're good at. But I personally prefer him as AP. The runes I take for him are magic pen marks, armor per level seals, health glyphs, and run speed quintessences. I find he can be a tad slow to begin with, so that run speed just gives a little help. And then you've got your ruggedness in the laning phase. The health also helps his his W, and the magic pen will just help overall. And the armor is obviously going to help with his toughness, because I find he's a little bit soft at the start depending on how you build him, but he has been quite soft when I've been playing him. The masteries I take, I basically build for magic penetration and a little bit of defense. I find this helps when I'm again in the laning phase and when you're jungling. This will pretty much help, and as you can see, it's a decent build. You don't get any of the bottom ones, but obviously you're gonna find better ones. This is just a quick updraft when I was first playing him, and this has really worked for me in the first few games I've had with him. I'll get into the different abilities that he has. His Q, which is Dredge Line, I find is extremely helpful, and I take this as soon as the game starts, because if you're playing with a partner all by yourself, you yank the opponent and bring him towards you and you towards him. I find it's great if they're running, if you're trying to initialize, as a tank or just anything. I think it's a really clever move, and also it's great for escaping. You can just pull in and then you can just start popping the other abilities. But I just find that it's a decent damage dealer, and it gets you initiated into the fight, and I feel this is a great way, and I think it's a great move for him. You just need to be careful for when you casting it. I find that if you use it straight in the middle of a match, in the middle of a team fight, you might struggle to get out if you're getting on low health. So you want to be watching that. If you need to do it, obviously you can do it, but you want to be watching, because if you mistime it, one, it could be a waste of a cooldown, and two, it can sometimes take away your escape route if needed. His W, which is Titan's Wrath, I find is extremely helpful, because if you're low health, you can quickly just hit Titan's Wrath. If you see someone from the jungle coming to gank, hit Titan's Wrath. The opponent's thinking, oh well, obviously I'll just try and get a kill here. Titan's Wrath completely deceives them, because they're getting damaged by the Titan's Wrath, as well as any other abilities that you're putting out as well. And also that gives you your armor, it's putting out damage, and then it's GG from there. I normally tend to get a kill when I'm with that type of foolery with the Titan's Wrath. His E, which is Riptide, I find is, it's fun to cast just overall. I find in Dominion that it's great, because you can stand in the middle of the capture points and you can just hit it, and it'll disrupt all of the opponents trying to capture a point. So that's pretty helpful in there. But also I think it's fun, dredge lining into a enemy team and then casting a Riptide. It just makes him seem a little bit more, in the action, and really type of fun. I think as a whole, he's probably going to be one of my favourite AP champions once I get used to playing him. And when I get used to playing him, I'll do a full commentary and guide on, how you can play him a bit more effectively, because it's just a rough go since he's on release day. And his R, which is Depth Charge, I find is extremely fun to cast, because you can pick someone at the back, you hit them, and then it'll knock up everyone on the way on the opponent's team. This also helps on minions as well, but obviously you could be going for opponents. You can knock up all the other team. Obviously you can get there with your staggering blow, which is your passive. You can be slowing people down. You can hit your Riptide and Titan's Wrath. He can, he can put out a lot of damage, and He's got a great load of CC and he's useful to a team. But overall, from my release day kind of impressions of the champion, I really am enjoying him, and I am looking forward to, you know, owning up some more people with the new champion. I'm looking forward to see, you know, if Riot change anything towards him. I don't really feel like he's, you know, OP kind of, but if you get him, you know, around 11 kills, you know, obviously not into late game, but if you get him a decent mid game 11 kills, he can start putting out a serious amount of damage playing, you know, the AP type of champion like I do. But otherwise than that, he is just a pretty standard champion. I think he fits into the game really well. Decent amount of CC, and you know, he's enjoyable to play with and against, because you know, you need to adapt to the new champions as always. But I would like to know what you guys think of him, if you played with him or if you played against him. I'd like to know. Like this video if you liked it. I would like to know what you guys think. Leave a comment, see what you think of the champion. Subscribe to my channel if you already haven't, and I'll see you guys next time.
Let's find some friends.